my name is Roberto Rocky Perez. You can follow me on Instagram at Rocky Perez with 2 Z's. I am the creator of Yogic Productions. I'm going to be actually giving you my personal opinion of this product, which is this Roxant stabilizer. I have to repeat that this is not a paid advertisement because I love the product so much. I went ahead and offered to review it for them and recommending it to people that I know. When I got this Roxant stabilizer, like the videos that I've seen, first thing they did was adjust the stabilizer and balance it to the camera. Unfortunately, I do not have the camera on the stabilizer right now because you are the camera. The camera goes on here, and then this is the handle, and then you basically try to adjust these things. These things are adjustable. You can unscrew this and pull it down, and you can unscrew this. You can adjust, as you can see, different places, and then it should achieve an effect. But I'm not going to teach you how to do that. There are plenty of videos on YouTube already. There's one that I really recommend, which will be posted in the link in the description below. Price wise, search on Amazon for gimbals and other just type of steady cams, especially those of more reputable brands. You will see that they are quite pricey. It is an expensive hobby. Putting that aside, it's priceless. It's worth every single cent. Weight wise, I'm not exactly sure how much this weighs, but generally the weight is pretty light. I can toss it around like this. It really depends on the camera that you plan to attach onto the top. Mine is a Canon G7X Mark II, very light, so when you post it on the top, it's easy to carry around. I go to the gym, so for me, most things are light. It's really handy. This one, when you carry it around with you, it's like you get used to it. Okay, color. Now I know on Amazon, for the same price, you can get this one, which is the Midnight Black Edition, which is more subtle. If for those of you who are more bold and you'd want to capture more attention, you can go for the red one. Really cool as well. But I went for the Midnight Black Edition because I didn't want to draw too much attention to myself while filming. But the sheer structure of it, of course, who would not look at that and wonder what it is, you know? Especially with a camera on the top, makes you look like a film crew. So while I was in the north filming, there were of course a few people who are wondering what I was doing. You will get that a lot. It's absolutely normal. Now we go on to the best part, which is the stability of this thing. Now I tightened the screw on this so it doesn't move while I am showing it to you, but if I untighten it, what it does is, as you can see, it swings back and forth. Now it's not stable because it is configured and fine-tuned to my camera, so when I put the camera on top, it does something like that. As you can see, it's more stable. It has this sort of flying effect. Really buttery smooth. It takes time to get to know how to use it and to understand the physics of it, especially counterweights and all that, but once you get the hang of it, your footage will be amazing, trust me. If you compare your footage without the stabilizer and if you compare your footage with the stabilizer, there is a big difference. Now I'm going to be showing you some footage. Like right now, I was in Jerez filming a Mercedes that we were driving. For those of you who don't know, filming cars is pretty difficult, because when you film a car, you have to get out of the car, run up to the nicest point of view, film the car running down the road around 500 meters. You hit the stop record button, and then you have to run back to the car, get in, drive around. Once you see a nice place again, you repeat the process. You get out of the car, go to the nearest vantage point, film the car goes down probably 500 meters, you stop the record button, and then you have to run down and catch the car again. I actually took footage of me running towards the car. Here it is. I'm running after the car again, but with a stabilizer that I have, Roxant stabilizer. This should be pretty smooth. And also, when I was somewhere more to the south in Pasadiços, the Paiva, along this beautiful wooden walkway.
So I'm walking like a normal person, and then there's this guy.
I kid you not, guys, I am running right now. Look how stable this footage is. It may be a bit wobbly, but I am running. If you can hear my footsteps. Amazing, isn't it? As you can see, I was running down that pathway. Literally running down. Even for simple panning shots, okay, probably for those of you who are beginning, simple panning shots from left to right, up and down, also are very smooth. The stabilizer does what any filmmaker would want it to do. General downsides is one, it is pretty bulky. I don't know exactly how I was gonna put it in my bag. I had to put it on the side in the beginning and then strap it around with something. But then what I did was, on the handle there is this little ring here, this screw that you screw and unscrew to tighten the ball bearing. And what I did was I attached a metal ring here, which is what you find in normal keychains, and then I attached this camera strap onto that and I let it go down like so. So with the camera attached, all I have to do is to put it down to my side and it's good to go. You'll feel like you're carrying like a little mini submachine gun, you know, when you're walking around like this all the time, which is okay. It's funny, you know, when people give you the looks. Most of you would not like to disassemble it, put it in your bag, and then when you're ready to shoot, you take it out again, assemble the parts, fine-tune it, adjust the balance. A general tip for you guys, if you're using the Roxant stabilizer, is that the only part that you disassemble generally is the camera from the stabilizer itself. So what I did was I put the camera on it, and then where the camera stopped along that line, I drew with a pen a line on that part. So whenever I'm putting my camera on it, all I have to do is set the back of the camera to the line. And then this sticker here is basically a diagram that I made myself, which rotation is to tighten and which rotation is to untighten, because sometimes when you're shooting footage, you know, you want for it to be as instinctive as possible. What I did was to make this diagram, so as soon as I put the camera, I know, okay, I turn this way to mount and this way to detach. So you can even put stickers here and make little notes for yourself. There's enough space for that. I have used this only for a week, loved it so far, and I'm sure I will use it even more on my adventures. It has been a pleasure to give my personal review of the Roxant stabilizer. I recommend that you get this if you want good footage without breaking the bank. You're guaranteed a very good product, but you have to know how to use it, how to adjust it, and it will work perfectly. Excellent product. I'm happy with it. So I got more filming to do. See you next time.